Alright guys, welcome back to SLT for the Black Monster Cup. This is the German qualifiers and it is semifinal number 1 between N Faculty and SK Gaming Prime. And obviously I'm going to be doing all the observing for you. I'm Jason Kaplan, and if I miss kills, well, let's just say come to expect me missing kills because I'm doing the observing. That's the only good reason and explanation I can come up for this one. But this should be a good game here. Going to take a look at all the items that we do have actually. Prombear going to be starting off with a Doran's Blade in the top lane against a Doran Shield Mozilla. And speaking of their names, let's go ahead and share the lineups, or at least tell you the lineups from both teams. Or from Faculty, we have Prombear in the top lane, Obvious as the jungler, Sigu as the mid laner, Cedrian as the AD carry, and Mountain as support. Over on the side of SK Prime, though, we have Mozilla in the top lane, Perry in the jungle, Xyle, I'm going to call him, in the mid lane, Svanelen, oh gosh, people with names, as the AD carry, and Six as a support. So let's go ahead and kick this one off. Remember, they are playing for a spot into the playoffs. The top 2 teams from each qualifier will move into that, and then they have a chance at winning 6,000 euros for first place, not to mention 5 of those Western Digital Black 2 hard drives. And I've seen quite a few good games in the past qualifiers, and I'm hoping for this one to be the same as that as well here. So curious to see who is actually going to beat who, because obviously, you know, we know SK Prime. We know in Faculty, they've been playing quite a while. They've been playing, actually, I believe, in EPS as well. But neither team has had that big break that they're really looking for. They've been able to have, so this can definitely be a good start for that situation. Obviously, let me know in chat, guys, and also via Twitter at @JKaplan, who you guys think is going to win this one, because I always like knowing what you guys are talking about. This is one of those shows that I do that I can communicate with the viewers quite a bit, and obviously chat back every once in a while. I'm sure if you guys have been here before, you've heard me do that plenty of times. And so far, an early CS lead for Cedrian, not to mention the just pure aggressiveness and pushing power they're able to apply, able to get SK Prime pushed away from that lane here. And they're looking for that early level 2 where they want to potentially go for that gank onto 6. They might be able to make that one happen as well, because level 2 will be coming up here in just a few minions, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that fight break out as 6 very low on life. And actually pop his noms, heal up just a little bit right there. In the meantime, though, mid lane, we did have Xyle and Siku get both very low, both going head to head. Ignites were blown, actually were blown out of Xyle, but not out of Siku, who was forced to use that barrier. So that defensive mechanism now going to be gone for Sig. And in the meantime, we do have Obvious going to be going through those double golems. Perry going to be going through these wolves. One thing about a Pantheon jungler is you need to be ganking a lot, and especially when you're level 6, you need to make those ganks land, and you need to make them stick. And with a team that they have currently there to facilitate it, it shouldn't be that hard at all here, as we do have actually Perry going for just a ward. Not going to spot the enemy jungler though, but going in for a gank here middle. Obvious going to be walking on the corner straight into Perry, and Perry, does he... Oh, okay, you noticed it last second right there. Going to chase him down, maybe force him away from this one, but either way, nothing really going to come of that here. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is actually the new Renekton skin. And that's actually pretty sweet, if I remember correctly. I tried it once in ARAM just because I actually don't play Renekton at all. I kind of hate him. Alright, so bottom lane we do have, I'm going to say pretty even. Though top lane, Mozilla being forced back right away here. It does have 20 CS, but actually going to stick around here, realizing that Prombear, well, realizing that he kind of has to stay here. Doesn't want to let too much CS go. Doesn't want to fall too far behind here against this Renekton. Sorry for that. I still need to fix my headset. Apparently something's wrong with it. I can't hear on my left ear. But in the meantime, though, Obvious coming up towards this top side. Looks like he wants to make a gank happen here. Him and Perry going to be stuck to each other like glue. He's going to spot Perry out. He's going to go for it. Actually get some good damage onto him. Does get a knockup. Has the red buff slows. Perry be forced to flash out as if they do want to commit for this. He's able to just run away here. Slice this. Actually does get the stun on top. And with the Ignite, that's going to be first blood for Prombear. And luckily enough for Perry, his red buff did fall away right before they got that kill. And Prombear only able to lock down that blue. So a flash committed. Perry flashed as well, but it didn't matter in the end. They got the kill. And Faculty, not to mention Prombear alone, went off to a very strong start. Now Mozilla, he's in a very tough position. He's going to get dove on here. He does have Ignite, obviously. He's going to try to run away with that burnout, but he does get locked up on a turret. He's going to go down. He actually uses a flash to get away here, but Obvious, going to chase him down, going to hit the flash, but the turret hit. That might be enough with the parry with the Ignite. Not to mention the minions hitting him. Even Smites tries to sell it, but no, Mozilla gets the kill either way with the help of that. And that will be a 1-for-1 trade there. Mozilla making something happen on nothing, luckily for him. Now Xyle going to be headed towards his top side, where All this is going to get is just a little bit of farm. Sigu obviously not really worried about chasing him down in the meantime here. And in the bottom lane, we do see finally SK being aggressive. They've obviously been very passive since they did get shoved in very early on. And you already see just heading down there, potentially make a gank happen. And he's at the double golems. Honestly, he's not going to be super strong until he is level 6 here, but Parry going to be coming down as well. There will be a pink ward spotting him. Will he actually notice that? Yes, he does. With the help of that ward. And that's easily going to push Obvious away from this gank here. Not try to go for it anytime soon, since he knows Pantheon is in the vicinity. Meantime, top side. So going for that early chain vest. Prombear going for the Hydra. Going for a little bit of extra damage. And he's forcing Mazil to go into that straight tank, though, not letting him get that build order cutlass at all. And he's now 1-0-1, so he can really afford to do it here this early on. We do have level 6s finally being accomplished over in middle. Zyle level 6 as well as Sigu. He's doing a fantastic job of farming his turrets, even though at the moment he is currently down overall in CS. You can see 6 just able to brute force them out, just able to brute force them away from these minions. Obviously, it's pushing up to turret, so it doesn't matter in the end. But it does force them to last hit, which can be a little bit difficult from time to time. Not to mention with the help of the Ricochet, he's going to be able to miss out on 1 or 2 from that one. Zilla getting harassed very profusely under this turret here, but Obvious waiting for that blue buff, and he will be level 6 off of that. We're seeing Parry go ahead and take his double golems here. Remember, the Spirit Stone was changed around actually in the latest patch in 4.3. You only get 6% of your damage as life, and only 3% of your damage as a mana. So quite a little bit of a nerf right there. And you're seeing that reflected a little bit in the sustain of the junglers. Obvious actually going to be able to get his own blue here. So this makes me want to believe that they're going to go for a blue invade here, and that actually might catch them off guard. And being level 6 when Parry is only level 5 might give him the opportunity to do that. He's going to back away. He obviously has time to get back towards that buff here in just a few, but this could be a very likely possibility. If they pull this off, that would be a blue away from Gragas and would definitely hinder him quite a bit in lane, not to mention make it easier to keep ganking with that blue buff with the reduced cooldown on that ultimate. And it looks like gonna go for his red here, not gonna go for that blue right away. That ward will be spotted being put down, and oh, I'm actually mistaken. Orianna did get it. GG, Jason. That's terrible. That's like the worst one when you realize you keep talking about something that didn't happen. Anyways, let's skip over that one. Parry gonna get blue buff over for Sigu. Not for Sigu. See, now I'm even doing worse. Over for Zyle. And he will be 6 off of that as well, so a little bit surprised to not see him going for a gank on the bottom. But Obvious is here. I think he's waiting to turn this gank around, actually. I mean, you do have level 6 bottom lane. You are Pantheon level 6. Instead, he just goes back to farming here. And Saint was very, very vocal about this. When you play Pantheon, you need to be ganking. And you need to be ganking that bottom lane over and over. It looks like he's finally going to come down for this one. Or maybe just go for that white cat. So that one's going to be the actual score here. And you can see Mountain just harass them with his dance. But a little bit surprised. Maybe things will change up here in just a little bit as he's going to start making his way down. It looks like he will commit for this gank here. But will he actually land it? Obviously flashes up and available for Cedrion and Mountain. But he's committed. He's staying here for quite a while. He wants to go for this. But he just hasn't had that opportunity just yet. Committing a lot of time, and if he doesn't go in anytime soon, he's wasting too much time. And Vi continually farming out level 7, 43 to 33 CS. Wards have been going down. They know the stun is now not available for Mountain. Maybe that'll be the time for them to go in. But no, he actually just backs away, and I don't know, that's a lot of time to commit for pretty much nothing. He's fallen very far behind now. I mean, obviously it's almost level 8 now, as Parry's going to finally take over to level 7 in just a second. Even the bottom lane, SK Prime just going to back away. Top lane, Pomber has been able to pick up that T-map. You can see the damage he's able to do already right there. Just quite amount. And just going to continue to show this advantage. 82 to 62 CS, already built up quite a bit of a lead. And I don't know, I feel like Renekton will do more late game. such this combo than Shyvana will do. I mean, look at that damage right there. He has Ignite. He has his ultimate up to dive if he wants to, and Mozilla is just going to be forced to back away. He can't really commit here. He doesn't have the sustain that Prawn Bear has. And meantime, middle lane, we do see Gate finally coming in. Sigu, and she forced to flash out of this. She does get hit with another bear out there. Ignite's still taken away, but even with the ultimate missing, he does stay alive, and that's all that really matters here. Is now obviously going to come around the middle, try to defend against this. Has to be very careful on top of that, where he could just be dove on. Almost there's no Orianna ultimate available. He's just going to try to harass them, keep them away from the turret. In fact, does a pretty damn good job of that. Zyle down very low on life now. Meantime, Prawn Bear did get that top turret and continue to apply this pressure, trying to take some camps away, but nothing's currently up at the moment. As he's now heading down towards the bottom side of the map. Maybe to go in for a gank, maybe to actually go for Dragon, which has been warded up here. And right now, Faculty have caught out 6 in a bad position. Do they have a pink ward? Yes, they do in the hands of Mountain. And they're going to put this one down here. That's going to give them the opportunity to go for this Dragon if they want. And they will have all 5 there. They can see Mozilla on the top side of the map. And this is going to be a free Dragon for them. All right, so well played. A turret transitioned straight into a Dragon. Pretty much couldn't go smoother than that. And that's going to give now in Faculty about a 2.4 thousand goldie now. You still have yet to see Parry minus middle just previously to use the ultimate anywhere or to have any successful ganks. Obviously, he did visit that top set earlier on, but got caught out by Obvious. And then well, we know how that story went, where he ended up going splat and just completely dying, giving that first blood over to Prawn, who actually now has invested into that Negatron cloak. So try to mitigate some damage that Mozilla will do. Not going to go into that Ravenous Hydra just yet. Going to get a little bit tanky just so he can deal with the damage, and this should definitely help out quite a bit. You can see what he can do right there to Mozilla, who's just forced to just back away off of this. I mean, he's still trying to be aggressive. He's still trying to farm up, but without that turret there, he could be easily ganked away now. And Prawn, God, just seeing stuff like that makes me want to play Renekton, because I just absolutely suck at him, but he makes it look too damn easy. And he's going to continue to push his top side. Mozilla, he actually just backed away into the bush. Prawn might be in trouble if Parry does peek out, and actually instead he's like, oops, I'm in a bad position. I need to run away here. And he does have his ultimate, obviously, to escape. And he will be able to get away from that one. Now, Obvious getting baited in for this red buff here. Parry just smelling that one out. He's going to notice he's taking it, both an Orianna there. I'm not sure if they can hold on to this one. He does come on the side. He does have no smite available, though. And he will secure it either way. Obvious wasn't able to smite that one and steal it. Prawn Bear taking quite a bit of damage here, but still sustaining quite well. And both teams, you can tell, starting to get to that point where their chicken fingers are getting itchy. They want to start fighting here. You can already see a fight breaking on the bottom side with that Tibbers going down and actually getting Sedron very low in health. It doesn't have a Vamp Scepter, so not going to be able to, well, I'm assuming not be able to lifesteal much this back. Does have 4% from runes here, though. And now Mountain potentially going to get dove on here. You do have Sedron off to the side, and you're just going to trace straight into him. But while that turret dropping, be able to lock this one out. Mountain, though, getting very low in life here. You might need to turn this one around. Sedron is here to help out if they do need it. But just him alone was able to make them back off. And now we have Obvious coming from the sidelines. He's not spotted out. He will have his ultimate available. But who's he going to use it on to? He actually flashes into Zab. Does get the ultimate off. Does get stunned up, but it doesn't matter in the end. Zab forced to flash away. Panther going to be dropped in now with the help of the barrier. Will he get the stun on the Obvious? But will he be able to lock it down? He does get the kill. And now Obvious, he's in trouble. And he's going to be forced to run away for this completely. He does get stunned up. Parry going to get the stun as well. And Zyle gonna pick up the kill. So in the end, it was a 1-for-1 trade, but we did see SK Prime get a turret off of that, where fortunately Faculty didn't get anything, and Zilla forced to use the ultimate to try to chase him away, and Prawn Bear just doesn't care. Now looking at another 30 CS lead. Without Mozilla's ultimate, he's in a lot of trouble here as Prawn Bear, obviously with that Tiamat, is just able to sustain just too much. And Sigu, who is going into that Unthane's and Holy Grail as well as Zyle. And right now, I couldn't tell you which team's really going to win this one. We do have the Nomad's Medallion picked up on the side of 6. So, went with the Doran Shield and pretty much went straight into that one. We do have, obviously, the Ancient Coin picked up on the side of Mountain here. But it's not going to help them too much in lane, especially at this point. Just going for that Talisman of Ascension later on, so they can get those engages. Not to mention with the Severe ultimate, you can run and chase people very, very easily. Let's take a look at this top turret. Down a little bit of life, not as much as you would hope if you're on the side of Faculty, but still they're still play the farming game. And bottom side Prime has been able to build up about a 20 CS lead in favor of them. Middle lane about 11 CS in favor of Zyle, and top lane still about 30. favor of Prawn, but you can see on the chat, things in Holy Grail's being picked up, as well as that Spectral's Cow and that Sunflower Cape. So things are starting to hit a interesting point in the game. And I would want to imagine that Dragon, that's going to be the next point of fighting. It's definitely going to have to be here, and probably his damage isn't really going to be able to do too much to Mozilla, who will finally have a little bit of an easier time now. The Bronze Knight is quite happy just farming up, as you see right there. And one thing that I'm looking at is the fact that, you know, Sigu, obviously he did get ganked once, but that's it. So he's been having a fairly easy time besides that. Yeah, he's down a little bit in CS, but he's not being punished too much. And one thing about an Orianna late game is she doesn't get, you know, ganked early on or doesn't get in any trouble. She can do an insane amount of damage, and so he's gonna have to back away from that pink ward. There's nothing he can do about that one. And that will be the pink ward cleaned up by Faculty here, but pretty sure they'll be able to pick up that pink ward here any second. Yeah, as Perry comes around, they're gonna go for it here. He does have his ultimate available, so he could go for a gank somewhere. So I'm just gonna put a ward down, clear out that pink, and just back away here. A minute left on this Dragon. That's got to be where the next point of fighting breaks out. As you can see, Mozilla finally having a nicer time this top side, going for that Vamp Scepter soon. Going to be going into that Blade of the Rune King, I would imagine, in the next few tries. Mozilla is going to chase Prawn Bear down here. He does have his ultimate, does have Ignite. Mozilla has his bow up as well here, and you can see him just forcing Prawn away. Prawn realizes that, alright, well, I can't really do too much to him anymore. I need some sort of armor pen if I want to be able to do anything to him, and he needs to start building tanky very, very quick. Oh, man. Alright, well, back to farming away for Sigu. First Pantheon. Gonna just get all this free farm here, but Dragon, it's now up, and again, both teams, well, not both teams, and Faculty, they're in prime position to take this one here, and it's already very low on life. Actually, will be going down. They will secure that one here, but will they go for a fight? Leone does get the engage on a Pantheon over towards the top side. Sidron tries to chase him down as well, but they haven't really made the fight happen. They do lock in onto 6 here. They just get locked up. Pantheon can be dropping it straight onto the team. Oriole actually comes out, lands on Zyla, who actually just flashes over the wall. Now, obvious, he's going to be the one to go down here. Just a second, Perry picks up the kill, but here comes Mozilla in that Dragon form, picks up one, looking for a second here. They do lock that one down eventually. And it is a 2 for 2, but obviously we do have a Faculty picking up the Dragon. Now Mozilla trying to chase him down here. Well, he's not fast enough, and in the end, that will be in Faculty picking up the Dragon, so they do get some sort of advantage from that. But they did lose their top laner, they did lose their jungler, and their top laner was supposed to be the rock, supposed to be that tank that they can really depend on, as we see a potential frozen mallet coming out the side of Obvious. We'll find out in just a minute if he does want to go for that. It does make it easy for chasing, not to mention pairing the Severe Ultimate, pairing the Talisman of Assumption. It makes it very, very capable. But in the end of all that, still not much being traded. Only about almost 2,000 gold lead for us, or for Faculty, and that's only what they've been maintaining this entire time. They haven't really been able to build up any more of an advantage than that. They obviously had the 2 kills on a Prawn early on. Sorry, the 1 kill and the 1 assist, but he wasn't able to really push that advantage. Yeah, he does have a 20 CS lead, but in the end of things, or in the mix of this entire crazy game, it just really isn't that much. That's how that Chain Fist paired on to deal with this Perry's damage, who actually went for a Brutalizer. It's a little bit of armor pen extra for him. Let me go ahead and check out. Actually just sitting on 10, so nothing more from runes off of that. And we do have Mozilla still business topside build where Cutlass picked up for him. Prawn Bear, unfortunately for him, just cannot sustain in this matchup anymore, not to mention with Perry there on the sidelines, waiting for that Slice Knife to be used in and out, so Perry can pretty much get a guaranteed gank right now. Mozilla does have that flash hit behind him and knock him into his jungler if he wants, but he's winning this trade right now, and instead they're just going to go for the dive here. If Prawn Bear sticks around, he's not going to survive this one. Mozilla potentially wanting to get ahead of him so he couldn't run away, and that will be Prime picking up this top turret. Meantime, you're seeing Obvious and Mountain go for a little bit of invade onto blue here.
Turret has been destroyed.
And now 6, I mean, a real big problem here. Seago does get the ultimate onto him by Tibbers, but there was no follow-up. Yes, they were out of position, and now we have Perry. His ultimate is available. He could go for a jump onto this middle if he wants to make a fight happen. Instead, he's just walking around towards Baron, going to be spotted up by that ward. And if anything, that should push N-Faculty away. And when it comes to team fighting, you know, it should be in N-Faculty's favor, assuming that both teams can team fight, you know, equally. But SK, they've been showing that they can do a little bit more here. Frozen Mallet doesn't... Okay, so Frozen Mallet, last time I looked at it, it was changed. Alright, good to know now. Alright, so N-Faculty, they continue to push onto this turret. They just don't really care. It looks like, honestly, that phase will be turned into a Triforce here, but both junglers actually going for damage, not really for tankiness. We even see a pickaxe picked up on the side of Parry, and I'm really surprised that, you know, SK let that turret fall. But with Zvan pushing that bottom lane, getting all that free farm in, just kind of no reason to not let that one go. We'll see if that comes back to be a mistake a little bit later on. Obviously, we are tied up here in turrets. It is 2-2. And we do have the middle turret available. Or sorry, not available. It's still up for N-Faculty right now. And you're seeing Sigu just do no damage to Mozilla. It doesn't have any extra magic resist tagged on in terms of items just yet. And how much is he sitting on? Only 700 gold, so won't have a death cap done anytime soon. Prawn is not pushing that top side anymore. Mozilla's actually the man to do it, so he's gonna start losing a lot of farm. Mozilla's gonna finally catch up here, and if he wants to, he actually could get some really good damage onto this top turret. He just doesn't have that teleport to get down towards that bottom side if he needs to as quickly. And that's gonna force Prawn to go back towards there. He's sitting on 1,500 gold, so he could build into that Ravenous Hydra if he wants, but I can almost guarantee you he's gonna be going in for that Sunfire Cape as his first real buy next. We do have Trinity Force picked up on the side of Zvan. Let's have that Triforce and that Bloodthirster now done. On the side of Cedron, we actually have a Bloodthirster and a Sack Shiv only done. So Lucent should have more bang for the buck at the moment. He does have it. Well, he's actually not overall not ahead in gold. He's down about 100 right now. So we'll just keep an eye on that as it develops a little bit later on. So I'm going to continue to farm away here, continue to build up that advantage. And we're seeing the sweeping lenses picked up by both junglers and both supports. So I don't know, I feel like this next dragon in about 40 seconds is to determine how this game's really going to go because of the, you know, aggressive warding control. We've had N-Faculty pick up both dragons so far, and they want to continue to lock this one down here. They do have Frombear heading back from that top side, which he just cleared out that entire wave and shoved it back in. And Zelda isn't afraid at all of anything. He's just face-checking bushes. Putting a couple of wards down as well. And now 20 seconds to go here. The thing is, we've seen so many pro teams where, you know, SK Prime, they could probably just push middle, give up the ground on Dragon, since it won't really be worth as much right now. Take the turret, or then force N-Faculty away from the Dragon to defend the turret, and they're kind of being forced to play into N-Faculty's game right now. But we're going to see the engage actually happen. They go straight to the side, but the ultimate comes out of Andy, locks them completely all at Mountain. He's going to go down here as Sigu getting caught in the backside as well by Parry, who's able to just pretty much flash into that fight. And now N-Faculty being forced to run away from this one, but here comes Pantheon, dropping straight on top of him. They do get Cedric, and he goes down to Parry. And now Obvious trying to run for this one, does get stunned up, but doesn't matter. He should be able to run away freely. Crombear, he's going to go down here in just a second to 6 and Mozilla. Not sure if he's going to be able to escape this one. He does have Flash though, so he could potentially escape this one. So still trying to chase him down. They do get some extra damage. Not sure why Cutlass not up. 6 doesn't have Flash to get for that stun, but Prawn turns around, gets stunned up. And he's actually gonna... No, he's not gonna live. He does have Flash though. There he goes. Mozilla picks that one up here, so in the end, that was 4 kills for only 1 death on the side of SK, and now Dragon up. They're like, all right, well, we can freely take this here, and maybe there's a little bit of miscommunication on the side of N-Faculty there because they went for the fight, but Pantheon just came straight from the backside and completely caught them off guard. So great fight out of SK. Have been able to build up a lead now. 39.8 thousand, let's just call it 40, to the 37.5 thousand of N-Faculty. And even though Prime were losing early on, they definitely fought back, and now they have quite a few items to work with. The Last Whisper picked up for Parry, the Blade of the Rune King picked up for Mozilla, Death Cap done for Zio, the Talisman of Ascension done for 6. And on the other side, just the Nomad's Medallion on the side of Mountain. Death Cap, yeah, finally picked up for Sigu, but the thing was, he didn't even get his ultimate off in that last fight. He was completely caught up. I guess the time and the communication of, you know, the ball delivery system didn't really work out, and that fight could have been completely different if it did, because it would have locked down Zao quicker. It would have stopped Six from getting that AoE stun down the entire team, and it potentially would have been a one fight for them. But either way, right now, Trinity Force picked up on Vi, and we will have another lull in the game here, unless Prime feel a little bit cocky and feel like they could go for a dragon off of this. Alright, so you're seeing Perry. He's trying to be sneaky inside that bush. He was trying to potentially get onto someone, but now they're heading back towards middle and looking for a fight. And a faculty, I don't know if they're expecting this one, or I don't know if they're going to tell it's coming. They obviously do have the wards down to see it coming in. We do have Obvious going straight into Perry on the backside. Doesn't have anything to slow him down really with, as Perry does get caught up. We do see Mozilla going to the backside here, but he's just being forced to run away completely. And faculty catch off the jungler out of Perry. Not to mention that kill in a 6, that's completely opened up a potential Baron if they want to go for it. And you have to wonder what they were doing there. They were spotted up by that ward, but they weren't quick enough to run away. And now, wow, look at the damage. And Zvan's able to do. He does have that build draw to Cutlass, so he can escape a little bit easier. But he won't have that Last Whisper anytime soon to mitigate all that armor and to be able to bypass it, do some insane amount of damage. But right now, Mozilla going to be heading down towards the bomb side. Going to even things up in terms of CS, but Prawn going to be heading towards the top. Going to be going for all that free farm there as well. And faculty not able to make anything happen off the back of that fight. Alright, so. That was my knuckles. So, 200 CS apiece for top laners. Vi does have a little bit of advantage in the jungle. 150 to 103, let's call it. Mid lane, about a 40 CS lead for Xyle currently. He has the 80 carry. He's only about 20 CS, so overall it's still a really close game. But it's coming down to which team can catch out the other. Obviously, it's just been a league of catches right now with that last fight we saw Dragon on the backside of, in fact, he got caught out. And then that last fight right there where we saw, you know, Perry obviously get caught as well as Mozilla. And in fact, they're just waiting for their moment to shine here. Obviously, they have that whole combo of, you know, the Task Ascension, which will be coming up soon, mixed in with the Severe Ultimate, mixed with the Orianna speed up, mixed in with Vi and the ball delivery system. They have a very good composition for fighting and for chasing and even running away. But they haven't been able to make that really useful just yet. I haven't really been able to make that shine. It seems like Prime are just waiting for something. And obviously, you can see it, you know, across the map. They have, you know, 2 wards, 1 towards red, or 2 towards red, 1 in middle as well. Unless actually they have a pink ward down here just to spot anyone from coming in. Over on the side of faculty, they just have, you know, 3 wards down just to kind of spot some from coming in, but no real aggressive wards from either team. Pretty standard. And it kind of doesn't give you a hint into what that potential plan is coming up very soon. And see the spirit, the camera work is getting terrible right now because I'm getting caught on the cables here, but we do have the Spirit Visage picked up now for Renekton. And Grog is picking up a Void Staff as well. And even with those nerfs, he's still hitting pretty damn hard with that ultimate. I actually want to see how hard does it land for. You know, just a measly 800. You know, not that bad. Going to be forced to back away from the blue lift here. But SK, I mean, when they do flex their muscles, they definitely show that they can control the enemy jungle, and they can, and faculty lets it be known that they're scared of going up against them here. And right now that Baron is a very likely possibility. If they do want to start this up here, you can see with the words they have down, they have the vision of anyone coming in from faculty here. Only turns around to a fight was already a little bit low on life, doesn't have any armor besides that Sunfire Cape, and almost being forced to just completely run away from this one. And they're able to just chase him out, and I guess that was just a check of, you know, how is their vision controller on Baron. And as we know, because we can see it, they don't really have any. Prime wanted to take a free dragon if they had the possibility to, and you can see them heading back towards Baron yet again here. They finally do get the Super's Lens onto that ward, but not able to kill it just yet. And Prom Bear has them split up. I mean, they are completely split up right now. And that could be a desired fight for them, but they're still really scared. There are pings going down onto that turret. Obvious coming in from the side looking for the fight here, as we do see Six get slowed up by the old ultimate, but it's just not enough here. Promberg going for the engage, immediately backs away And that is a huge ultimate down now for Mountain. They need that ultimate to help with this engagement. And the Tunnel Ascension obviously is still up, so they can't have that ability to chase or run away. And obvious, he wants a fight. He wants to hit something here, but he just unfortunately cannot. And right now, you can see them still just poising for control. And you can see so much damage being taken down, but finally the initiate comes out right there, but isn't the initiate that they actually wanted to. See, it's very low on life. It's forced to pump that Brave. It's taken down before his ultimate even gets used again. And this is a double kill coming for Perry, maybe a triple, as they do look for Obvious here to lock him down. And they might get a stun. We do see Mozilla chasing them down as well. Triple kill comes in for Perry. He might go down off of this one finally, though. He does get a... Oh no, he doesn't get the Quadra. He actually gets taken down, as Lucian does steal it on the way here, but now Obvious trying to run for his life. And he shouldn't really be able to, as Zan going to be able to chase him down with the help of that flash. One more auto attack will be enough, but no, he's actually running away from him. He's going to turn this one around. He's actually going to hop over the wall completely. Well played by him, but now Mozilla in hot pursuit. And he's going to dive inside of these bushes. He's going to get caught up here, though. He's going to hop over the wall again. And Obvious will survive this, but not before losing 4 of his men. Perry picking up a triple kill, and Zyle picking up his death in the end of that one. Well, an interesting engage coming in from both teams. Well, for both teams, I mean SK Prime, but it wasn't the most desirable ones. Obviously, it was a good position to fight in that choke with an Annie and with a Pantheon there, but against an Orianna who could turn it around if, I guess, he could get his ultimate off, might not make it that easy. But now Dragon spawning in, and they should be able to pick that one up pretty damn easily. Alright, so 52.1 thousand gold to the 48.3 is the lead currently for SK. They have 12 kills to 10, 32 minutes in, and they only have those 3 turrets to 2. So, a lead nonetheless, but obviously not as big as it potentially could be here. They have a lot of people with a lot of farm. 300 in the mid lane, 326 as the AD carry. And it's really interesting to see that. They're actually, I don't know, they haven't pushed any turrets down. They're, toying with Baron just to get Faculty out of position. And they got an advantageous fight where they take down 4, but they lose on 2. But with Obvious just stalling them so long towards that blue buff, they were able to actually get the respawns that they needed to keep their turrets alive. And now, this might be very bad for Sedrian. He could get dove on here. Pantheon not going to be swatted as well as Gragas. Gragas has ulted up. There's no flash for Pantheon. Instead, he actually does not commit down towards that bottom side. And you see Sedrian take the smart route out. And go back through towards his base. And should be able to run away from this one. But again, I mean, it's so weird. I've seen about, I think, 1 Orianna ultimate this entire game. And that was we were still in the laning phase. Used about here where it unfortunately didn't hit onto anyone. But they need to use that ultimate. He's just dying before he can get it off. And I don't know if it's SK Prime doing so damn well at stopping them from getting it off. Or if it's just the other way around where he's just not using it, to his full advantage. Pantheon ultimate did come in for a quick second, but was canceled last minute. I didn't see that Talisman Ascension used by 6 to try to catch them and knock them down with his stun, but Black Cleaver not coming in for parry. They're setting up the position around Baron again. And with the Super Lenses coming up, they should be able to clear all that vision here around this middle area. And in fact, right now, they should just go for the turret. Like, screw fighting, screw harassing them. Just go for the turret. Push middle. You're going to get the cover from the backside. You'll have the positional advantage. You'll have the ability to run away if you need to with the help of Severe. Instead, they're sticking around for the fight. They're still wanting to fight this one. And as you see from the last 2 or 3, they can't win the fights. Or at least they haven't been. Alright, so, again, Prime just going to go for the Baron bait here. They have the vision. They easily have the ability to catch someone out. And Prime Bear already very low on life here. Colin going to come out, do some really good damage to him. He's going to be forced completely back. And this is either like the perfect time for them to go for the Baron, or the perfect time to bait them in again and pick up quite a nice team fight. 6 not spotted with that ward. And you can see them all waiting. And Obvious is going to walk straight into this. He's going to get stunned up. He's going to get caught out. That's a stun into the backside of Seago as well, who actually has his ultimate available. Didn't use it. Did flash away from this one, though. Didn't go for the fight. And you're seeing them chase him down, or at least get them low enough to force them completely back. And Seago gets blown up by Zyle. There comes Parry from the side. Picks up the kill as well. And that is 2 kills now. Will they pick up a third here? Will they continue to push on the turret? And Proudbear in chucks solo on life, even if he's the tankiest man on his team. Forced completely back away as he's going into that random Zoman here, but that turret's gonna go down. Sedge actually gets a kill on his ally, who's taking the turret for too damn long. And that is a 1-for-2 trade, but we do have SK pick up the Baron off, or the turret off of that. And potentially the Baron right now, as they are able to clear out that vision yet again here. Chat is really quiet, guys. I'm a little disappointed. But SK, they're waiting. They're waiting. They're looking for the stun, and they do have them cut out completely in the bad position. Prawn even goes in too deep. He's eventually taken down here with Sedge. Was actually looking for a nice fight right there. He might be able to pick up quite a few kills if he stuck around. But Sedge backs away. Proudbear trying to run away as well. Gonna get caught up here. And here comes the Booming Blade. Not gonna catch with anyone. I think it did hit 6 for 1 second here, but that will be Prawn going down. And I mean, Sedge probably could have picked up maybe a kill or two, depending if the situation was right. But again, Prime picking up more kills. Not losing out on really anyone. And now take themselves 16 to 11 in kills. 36 minutes in. And a 7,000 gold lead now. Obvious, he's coming in. He's looking for something here. He does have his ult available. Just use onto his van, but is it going to be enough here? He's actually able to run away, able to flash over the wall, and that should be enough to help him escape here. He's obviously still able to chase down sticks. Actually, nice stun comes on. Obvious does keep him alive here for a little bit. We do have finally Zao coming from the side, not able to save him though, as Sigu picks up his first kill of the game. And will Zao continue to chase him. Parry, ultimate available. He could drop straight in front of him. He does catch out Sigu. Look at the damage! Look at that damage. Even with that 0.1 ability power ratio nerf, he's able to just blow him out completely. And Stitch and force to flash away, but he's going to go down. Parry picks up another, is 7th of the game, and that is going to be Baron now, going over to SK Prime finally here, 37 minutes in. All right. Well, now, Mountain getting chased down. Does get a nice ultimate off, though. Does stop Mountain. Or, sorry, does stop Zven. And now with this almost 10,000 gold lead here, I want to imagine that SK should be able to push. Should be able to get quite a few things down now. Not to mention steal away some jungle, as Zilla going to be sniping away that red here in just a second. And Parry going to go back on his way. Dragon up in about 20 seconds. Won't be surprised for them to pick that up. Or not. I mean, doesn't matter. He has a lot of gold to spend. 1,500. Currently 1,500 on Zvan as well. So when I go back, as Zvan does have that last whisper. We do see the Random Omen picked up for Parry. And we do see still Prawn trying to get his Random Omens done. He needs to get tanky. And I guess, yeah, that's the downside to building into that team at early on. But he was winning his lane very easily. It was just coming down to these team fights where, unfortunately, Sigo couldn't get his ultimate off, and it cost him a lot. Alright, so another dragon in the books. 11,000 gold lead now approaching for SK Prime. And with this Baron buff, I wouldn't be surprised if they start to group up. They should be pushing right now. Then again, they haven't. Well, now winning a majority of the game. I don't want to rush things here just yet. And Prawn was able to shove that top lane out a little bit here, but it's not going to matter in the end. This should be SK pick up the top turret, and we're going to find out, can Faculty land that wombo combo that they need with the help of that Vi, with the help of that Orianna and that Severe, not to mention Leona? Or will he get bursted down too quickly and not really be able to do anything off of it? I just want to see how much penetration that actually Gragas did have. And that top turret will fall now. The 5th of the game for SK Prime. And they're still on their warpath here. Looks like right now Mozilla going to go back and actually push out that middle wave. So they have another plan of action. And that top turret, it's going to be chipped very low here. Luckily for the side of Faculty, they do have really good wave clear. Then again, though, so does SK Prime with the help of that Gragas, that Lucian, and that Pantheon. And they're just waiting for the moment to strike. They're a little bit hesitant to go for the engage on top of the turret, which honestly can make sense considering, you know, well, they don't really need to dive just yet. Look how much damage they're able to do onto that one round on the turret. They're going to go for the second time here. All they do is avoid that initiate out of mountain. We do have it finally gone for. They're going straight to the backside, but they're able to back away Zyle. Gonna miss his Q, but gonna turn this one around with the ultimate. Does finally land here. Does some good damage. Finally, Cedric picks up one. They pick up a second as well. We do have Lucian pick up a kill though on Vi. Trying to run away. There's a third coming in, and this is the engage that we're finally looking for to come out of the side of Faculty, and they're able to finally pull that one off, and that's all they needed to do, just land that one good Orion ultimate, mix in all their AoE damage, and just blow them up completely. And even with that Baron buff, yes, well no, they didn't even get the turret. It still survived with just a smidge of health, sitting on 350, and now they're on the ones aggressing. It's 40.5 minutes in, and when you die this late in at this high level, you have a very long respawn timer, and this is going to be free turrets for Faculty now. And Mozilla, he's trying to facilitate, trying to help alleviate some of this pressure that's going on by continuing to push this top side here, and he probably could take that one very easily if he just dove under the turret, but instead he's just going to back away, and that will be the mill turret going down for the side of Faculty. Now they have an inhibitor turret to take here, and they have the time to do it. It is dropping very, very fast here. 6 can't do anything about it. This might even be an inhibitor off this, as Zao has about 6 seconds remaining, parry another 7, and that will actually, in fact, even with the Baron going over to SK, they pick up the first inhibitor of the game. All it takes is that one mistake. Let's check out the money now. 2,000 gold for Prawn, almost 2,000 for Sugu, and almost 2,000 for Cedrian as well. So this is a lot of money to spend, and this is where things are going to get very dangerous. Sugu is going to go for that DFG. Let's have an Amplifying Tomb. Instead, goes for the Home Guarded Boots and a new Sea Large Rod. So should be going into his Zonias then, I want to assume, just to survive these fights. And I mean, we've seen the difference. It's night and day, whether he gets his ultimate off or not. And that one, he was finally able to get a very good one off. And when he can survive to do that, they win fights. Pretty simple. Okay, they're still keeping the pressure on. They have about 2 minutes on Baron. I wouldn't really surprise to see them actually wait this out here for a while. They're in no hurry, though they kind of should be since they lost their inhibitor. Well, they want to take this slow and methodically. Let's see where they go from here. It looks like they want to hit bottom lane. They do have everyone down towards the bottom side. And with the turret already about half life, they're going to straight rush it. They're not even worried. They're not even concerned. They're going to be able to get this one for free. Alright, so another turret. Now 6-4 in favor of SK Prime. 19 kills to the 15. 43 minutes in here. I know these two teams were good, but I didn't expect the game to actually last this long with how dominating Faculty was in the beginning. But since they were starting to lose fight after fight, since they weren't getting the engages off that they wanted to, they fell very far behind. But now we're approaching that point in the game. The Infinity Edge now done on Cedrian. That items won't matter too much. It just comes out to who has a better synergy in these fights. And Faculty obviously have the super minions pushing middle, but they're not doing anything with it. They're still really hesitant to push out, really hesitant to fight away from their base, and that actually might be the death of them, to be honest. They need to fight. Especially with Baron coming up in about 20 seconds. Well, I mean, you can look at it both ways. Sorry, you don't need to fight right now with Baron coming up soon, but if you don't get the fight that you want, then you're not going to win the fight at all. And this would be the perfect time to do that, right before Baron's about to start, or they could just fight inside a pit if Sugu can get his ultimate off. But they don't have the ward coverage that they need. I mean, if you look at this, it's pretty damn one-sided for SK on that Baron. They have the top lane pushing, middle lane's obviously pushing for them. In fact, they don't really even need to fight right now. They could just stall for as long as possible if the super minions keep pushing middle, and this forces SK Prime's hand. Baron sitting about half-life almost. Does spot that one out. And does zone the way here. And SK, they have to fight. If you're not going to fight here, then you have to back away from Baron. You have to send someone back to defend against the super minions that are pushing up on you right now. And instead, they're just going to continue to sit here. And you can see, you even have pings coming down that they notice it. Mozilla, he's going to be the man to go back. He's the man to clear up these waves. And this should be prime position for them to go for the engage if they want to in Faculty. The reason he's not even there, if they can just get that engage onto Zyle or onto Svan, Zyle might be a little bit more difficult since he has that Zonias, but Svan, it's a very easy possibility to blow him up quickly as long as you land that Vi and Orianna combo. And now, I'm gonna clear out that vision on Baron. Looks like Amish is gonna hit the Baron because he can. And you see the top side, this turret, this isn't going to survive much longer. Something's going to give here, and it's going to give very, very soon. 45 minutes in, and now you see Faculty back away. They do send Seago back to push that wave out. And their middle inhibitor has respawned, so clear out those super minions, and then voila. You have another Baron attempt for yourselves. They're able to clear out the vision, and they're going straight forward here. This is a big mistake by Faculty. Let this one go. They're trying to come as quick as possible. Already down about half-life. Obvious coming from the side, try to stall him, as well as Prombear. And they have successfully stalled it here. But now Zilli kind of getting caught out here. He might get blown up. He does get knocked back as he does try to use the ultimate to get away. Six does the ultimate on the obvious, but the Aura ultimate comes in, catches him in the backside. And now Seago should go take down out pretty damn easy right here with the help of his team. As Prawn gets so low life, I think the Ignites on him. He should be going down. No, he survives. And a double kill comes in. That's 4 now. And Perry, he's going to fall as well. That's going to be an ace by Faculty. And honestly, that should be the game with 60 seconds remaining on the entire team from SK Prime. This should be and Faculty picking up the win and advancing on into the finals, as well as advancing into, well, the playoffs coming up a little bit later on this year. And again, it was just Mozilla out of position. He had to push the wave out, had to come back to his team, and was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And that's going to be it. All right, so in Faculty, they're going to be our victors in this first game of the day in this first semifinal, and we would be moving on into the second semifinal in just a few. And I'm honestly surprised to see that. SK has such a strong control of that game ever since the very beginning. Let's just say the first 20-25 minutes in, they had solid control since then. But in the end, it just wasn't enough, and they weren't able to, I guess, draw in Faculty into a bad position. So we had a 4-2 Mozilla, 7-6-7 on Pantheon, 4-5-9 on Gragas, 4-3-9 on Lucian, and 0-4-16 on Annie. We're on the side of the winners for Faculty, 4-4-9 for Prombear, who actually dominated his lane for the most part, 7-5-10 for Obvious, 4-4-9 for Sigu, 5-3-9 for Severe, and 0-3-11 for Leona. So guys, that's going to do it for the first game, for the first semifinal. We're going to transition into the second semifinal in just a few, as we're going to go to a quick break. So when we come back, we will have that final semifinal underway, and I hope you guys stick around.